Hello everyone, I am your commentator, reviewer, Saleh Ace. Yep, doing the first video here, and yeah, I'm doing it on the server called Brawl. Okay, so let's start. So first up, they have Kit Brawl. This is basically the name of their server, so you would expect it to be very good and very unique, but it's not really that unique. It's basically just Kit PvP in the arena. It doesn't have very much to it, but there is a gun kit option, which I don't have, but I'm guessing you have to buy those. Yeah, it's coming soon. Okay, yeah. But these are basically the vanilla kits, and you can buy them by killing more people. You need the money, yeah, and that's pretty much it for this mini game. Not a mini, but for this game of theirs. Then there's Cowboys. Now this game I actually really like. It's pretty fun and very creative. It's basically a mix of factions, but in a cowboy set world. There's basically, you can trade drugs, you can use drugs, but you gotta be careful with the sheriff, because if the sheriff catches you, go to jail and stuff. There are multiple towns that you can travel to. Here's the compass, and there are Indians there. You can raid them, you can form gangs, and it's generally really fun. You can also mine, as I said, it's a mix of faction and basic gangs and drugs, and it's pretty fun. It's a pretty fun game. Then there's their capture the flag. Basically, you gotta go and capture the flag. Okay guys, then there's hardcore games. Now this is actually, at first it seems like it's like a super boring game, but it's super fun and very unique. I like this even more than the cowboy game. But you can pick kits, okay, and the kits are really cool, okay. Yeah, and then there are, well, no, never mind, nothing. Okay, so the kits are the chameleon. You can basically change, it says in the description, right there. Okay, they're all super cool. So when you pick a kit, okay, before the game starts, you can't actually use that kit in your fight, okay? That's basically just a normal soup PvP fight. But the person who gets the most kills gets to basically, wait, how do I get it crafted? Oh. The person who gets the most kills gets an iron sword from the beginning, which is obviously like super OP to get. Because then there's survival PvP, which is basically survival PvP, so no point explaining it. Yep, next game, I guess. Again, creative. It's just creative, nothing original about it. Yeah, it's just creative. Okay, so now there's Minecraft Build. Now this one is actually pretty darn cool. It's basically, you can make your own maps and you can play them. The options are Advanced Flat, Sky Wars, Void, and Simple Flat. Yep, that's basically, I'm not going to be building anything. I don't want to make this video too long. Now, there's Minecraft Party, but Minecraft Party has multiple games. There's Horse Race, Block War, Potion Drop, King of the Hill, Shoot the Sheep, and Minefield. Or Diamond Field. Yeah, oh well, there are even more now, Infectious Tech. So yeah, it's basically just a bunch of mini games. War is just a typical gun game, except it has different game modes. There's TDM, Infect, Gun Game, and FFA. Hey. Okay. Then there's War Z. War Z is just literally just fighting zombies. The same thing, except now you have zombies to fight. Then there's Slither.io. And I'll show a quick. You can choose skins. But most of them are VIP, like you can only choose the normal colored ones, and yeah, I'm pretty sure this is pretty self-explanatory, that thing right there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Back to lobby. Okay guys, this concludes the reviewing part for the games. I think I'll rate it 7 out of 10 because it had pretty original games like Wild West and hardcore games, and yeah, I'm doing it. It had like the games that were original were super cool and super fun to play, but at the same time there were games like simple games like creative or survival, PvP, or just War Z, which were obviously just put there just to be put there. So yeah, 7 out of 10. Okay guys, so now lag. We're doing the lag part. Lag, I mean, we played we went through the servers and we didn't really lag much. The lag, there is no lag, so I'm going to just give it a 10 out of 10, honestly. It's fine. There is really no lag on this server. I mean, woof. Yeah, it's good. For simplicity, I will give it a 8 out of 10 because once again, because of creative and some of these games felt like they were just pushed in here just to be pushed in for really no reason, lacking any creativity. So yeah. Okay, so for the player category, this is basically just how many players are in here and the quality of players. Will they say, oh, loser when you lose, or noob when you beat them, or hacker the moment you beat them even though you're not hacking, and also the player. Okay, so the player amount is pretty good. You can play most of these games except for creative. Well, you don't really need it. You can play most of these games with a good amount of players and have fun. And the players are definitely not mean. I played a few rounds and they didn't start, and I won and lost, and they didn't really say, actually they didn't say much at all, but yeah. Yeah, so players are good. I'll give it a yeah, just a 10 out of 10. They're fine. Okay, so now for staff. I can't really say much about the staff. I haven't actually seen them, but they seem to have a pretty good concept of what games to put most of the time. I mean, their games are pretty fun and enjoyable, and obviously people wouldn't play if the staff were rude. And yeah. So I'll give it a 9 out of 10 just because I haven't actually seen any of this staff. So, I mean, I might be wrong, but I'll give it a 9 out of 10. So, for original ideas, they had quite a few good original ideas. I mean, Kit Brawl wasn't one of them, definitely. But Wild West was definitely a good idea. And I really liked hardcore games. I'm not sure if they I mean, I haven't seen it in any other server, so maybe they've but I don't think so. And, yeah, but at the same time, they had a few games, like, as I said, like, Kit Brawl, Creative, and Survival PvP, which were really lacking creativity completely. So for that, I'll give them a good 6 out of 10. Okay, so now for their features, like their creates, gadgets, and things that are just fun to have in the lobby. So they got pretty fun games in the lobby. You can pop people. They have to be 14. Anyways, you can PvP people who are holding a sword, but that at the same time, it's not very, for example, their cosmetic menu, most of their things, actually everything is VIP plus only, VIP rank only, or MVP rank only, so that you can't really customize anything unless you pay for that. So yeah, so for that, I'm going to give them a 5 out of 10. And of course, there's anti-cheat. Now, anti-cheat is, their anti-cheat is pretty, at least I've heard. I mean, I haven't actually hacked on this server, and I can't really show anything on screen. But I have heard that the anti-cheat is pretty good and blocks most things. I mean, even when I played, I didn't see any hackers at all, unlike some other popular server that starts with an M. So for anti-cheat, I'll give them a 10 out of 10. So for commands, for the commands category. Now, I mean, there isn't really many commands on here. I mean, you don't even have permission to do /help. But it doesn't really need commands in the first place, really. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm not going to be taking off much for this, but it's literally just command. This server doesn't actually need the commands. So I'm just going to say a 9 out of 10. Okay, so for our last one before I grade the overall score is how clean the chat is, and are there any spammers. And I went through most of the games, and there were really no spammers. I mean, it isn't like a huge server to have spammers, and people don't tend to start spamming the chat with caps words, and yeah, so it's pretty good. So for that, I'll give it a 10 out of 10. Well, guys, so I was about to give the overall score, drumroll please, an 8.4, but then I realized that you can't even move anywhere you want around the lobby. You have to buy a rank that is literally super expensive. You don't force people to pay just to be able to move across the map. You, sir, must be a very cheap person. No wonder nobody buys from you. But anyways, so yeah, I'm going to be giving it a 7.4. Well, this was our first review, guys. I hope you liked it. We will be continuing this once every week. Remember to subscribe and like, or dislike if you want. No, I'm just kidding. Please just like so that we can get out more content as quickly as possible. Bye, guys.